Hello, my name is Kendall and welcome back to another creepy and spooky video. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Kendall. Today I will be telling you about an urban legend that will leave you looking behind your back and walking a little faster on your way home tonight. So without any further introduction, let's begin. There have been many sightings of ghosts throughout the years. Plenty of grandparents telling their kids about all the different ghosts that they've seen. As of recently, people have even caught ghosts on camera and on video. And some of them have even been on their house cameras, which to me makes it seem a little bit more valid because the people living in the house weren't necessarily going out looking for ghosts. It kind of just popped up. So it seems a little bit more valid to me. For centuries, people have feared and claimed that they've seen these ghosts. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years pass by, and every single decade, people somehow see ghosts and they have the same description of them each and every time. Along with this, a lot of people have warned to be careful with spirits because you don't want to anger them. It's said that spirits can really harm the living. If that's making them sick, giving them bad luck, or just generally disrupting their life. Plenty of people have encountered messing with spirits, and then after that, everything went wrong, and they deeply regret seeking out and trying to talk to these spirits. Now, repeated sightings of the same spirit or multiple spirits can mean a couple different things. One, either you knew the spirit or spirits when they were alive. Two, you're just being haunted. Or three, you have a special ability to see the paranormal. But what if it's neither of those things? What if the ghost wasn't spotted in a house, or multiple people have seen the same ghost, or maybe they just haven't hurt anybody? Maybe this could just be a tormented spirit. This is the legend of the ghost jogger. So sit back, relax, grab you some gummy bears and a sweet drink, and get ready. Though I'm not sure of the origins of this story or when it was created, many people have accounts of ghost joggers throughout the years, some ranging from slightly humorous all the way up to creepy and just genuinely sad. Today's story I will be telling you is the saddest of them all, and this is how it goes. It was a peaceful, small, quiet town. Everyone knew everyone, and there was very little strife. Most times people went to bed early so that they could wake up early that following day. With a huge influx of teens during this time, there was a lot more night owls out. And on one October night, something happened that changed the town forever. A group of teens hanging out late at night got a call from their panicked parents. Rushing home, they ran like their lives depended on it. Wanting to avoid getting grounded for 30 years, they booked it, paying little attention to their surroundings. They each slowly began to separate from one another, taking their own streets back home. First there was 4, and then there was 3, and then 2, and then 1. The last heading home was a boy named Russell. He had the most strict parents out of the bunch, and so he didn't want to risk getting on their bad side. He usually didn't like going home so late alone, but he felt a friend right by him. Weird, he thought. None of his friends took the same route to their houses. He brushed it off, though, and kept running. Finally, he reached his house, and before stepping in, he looked back to see who had come all this way with him. He didn't see anyone initially, but as he looked closer into the pitch black, underneath the streetlight, a man stood there, with a translucent body, slight aura, and eyes that looked blurred out and dark. He watched Russell, standing as still as a brick wall. After only a couple seconds, the man turned and began jogging again. This freaked Russell out, understandably. But no matter who he told, no one believed him. He couldn't sleep for days, the moment constantly running through his mind. It was all he could think about, and it was all he could talk about. He was so adamant, his parents eventually decided to look out the window one night to check this mysterious man their son had been freaking out about. They stared out the window, first for 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, and then 15 minutes. Eventually they got fed up waiting, and right before they left and closed the blinds, they saw him, running down the street, disheveled, with a tired look on his face. The man appeared to not have slept in months, but somehow was running with all the strength in the world. Now, because this was a small town, the news spread like wildfire. The more people talked about it, the more everyone began to look. And before long, sightings of him throughout the town were spotted on a weekly basis. There was an answer that none of us had, though. Who is this man, and why can't he stop running? After months of the townspeople being freaked out and clueless of his origins, one woman spoke up. She was the oldest lady in our town, 95 to be exact. She was frail and often kept to herself, but she finally decided to make a statement. She went to the local newspaper and requested for them to publish this story. The man's name is John Witt, and she has seen his spirit multiple times before anyone. She grew up with John, and they were always well-acquainted friends. They watched as each other graduated, got married, and had kids. It was a peaceful, fulfilling life until one tragic day. John was coming home from work when a gut-dropping sight was before him. His house was lit up in flames, his family stuck inside. He ran towards the house, but before he could reach the entrance, a fireman grabbed him. He looked him in the eyes and said, "It's too late." That day broke him. He began hallucinating after that day, seeing his daughter, his son, and his wife around town. Each time he would run after them, only for them to disappear behind a corner. On one November day, he went missing. People far and wide searched for him, but he was nowhere to be found. Since then, no one has seen him, but his spirit still comes back running, trying to find the family he once had. This has a much sadder backstory, but there are a couple that aren't so sad. For example, the story where a man woke up in the middle of the night and was extremely parched, so he went to the kitchen to go get some water. On his way walking there, he looked out the window and noticed a man jogging by. It didn't cross his mind or bother him at all until he remembered that his apartment is on the second floor. Other variations of the ghost jogger describes a pretty nice man that jogs by and he taps on people's windows waving at them and saying hello, which can still freak some people out, but at least it's not as depressing as the first story. Please let me know if you heard of any of these urban legends in the comments below. That's going to conclude today's video on the ghost jogger. Thank you for making it this far. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!